sort of a support, maybe, you know, down over here. So you can say that, okay, one support we have down over here, and the next support
Okay,
maybe we
so
have
this
down
is
over here to continue moving up. So in a way, you're saying that, okay, like, you know what, we're trying to form steps. One step is here, and then the second step would be up over here. But we're not sure what's going to happen. So basically what you want to do is you have to wait for a candle to close. So let's see what happens when we go to the next slide. We have a move coming down, right? Now, is this a trade entry? Is this a valid trade when candle is moving against you? This is not a valid trade, right? There's nothing saying that we are moving up or we are moving down, because this candle is against us, right? Like if we're saying, okay, we're moving up, we have a bearish candle, so now, man, who knows, the next candle can also go bearish, because now you can say that, okay, oh, we formed resistance and we're going to go down to this support, right? Or we can say, okay, you know what, this is probably going to do a retest and continue to move up. What's the probability that it's going to move up or it's going to move down? It's 50-50, right? Like, we don't know, because we've jumped from support. This candle is bearish. Like, are we going up? Or, you know, we've formed a resistance, but at the same time, we've jumped from support. Are we going down? We have no idea. So what we got to do is we got to be a good boy, and we have to wait for the next candle to close to see if we can find some sort of a confirmation. There we go. We have a bullish candle that formed like this. Now what do we do? I don't think we can do anything here, right? Because remember what we talked about, candles with no wicks? Candles with no wicks means that if this candle has no wick, this means that this candle has no range for the next candle to go down. Or now if you're saying that, okay, we're trying to move up, where are we moving up? Because look, it's still throwing wicks in the same area. This gets really hard to trade, right? So when you enter a trade here, you have no clue where it's going, man. Like, you have no idea where it's going to go. But still, like, you know, if you're stuck in that, if you have married your analysis that, okay, we're moving up, it's not going to last for a very long time, because it's just so hard to take a trade here. So what do? We wait for the next candle. Let's see what next candle says. Oh, look, next candle closed bearish, right? But it still closed at this resistance. So this means that now we are trying to form resistance here. And now what we see is that this candle, it has a wick going down, which means that, okay, like, you know, you had 1, 2, 3, 4 candles could not break up. You had 4 candles that could not break up, so we're forming resistance, and now price tried to go down. It went below these candles, and it formed a wick. So this means that this candle has formed a range for probably the next candle to continue going down. So now there are 2 ways you can look at this as, right? Either you can take a risk by saying that, okay, we might want to place a stop above here, anticipating the next candle to move down, or what you can do is you can probably wait for the next candle to see how the next candle forms, so that you can have more conservative, confirmations. Ooh, big word there, conservative confirmations. Interesting. Okay, let's see here. We have something going in the chat. Is this webinar recording? Yes, it is recording. If it wasn't, a lot of people are going to come to my house. All right. Let's see what next candle does here. Perfect. Now we have a candle moving down, right? Now, is this still a good trade, right? I would say that maybe this candle was the trade right over here, but at the same time, we're approaching this support. So this trade is a very risky trade, because in a way, we're just ranging here, right? So this is a very risky trade. We're going to go over some examples which are risky and less risky. So this goes into a very risky trade. Let's see what happens next. Still ranging, and then, you know, you had like a little bit of a fake out, but eventually we started to move up. Always look to the top left corner. Yeah, exactly. So let's go through what happened when these candles started to move up, okay? So you waited here for this candle to form, you waited here for this candle to form. So this candle broke out here, right? This candle broke out. So now essentially what you had to do is you had to wait for this candle to form some sort of a resistance to move further down. But what happened? This candle closed back in the range, so now there was still no trade. And then you had this candle form with a wick, which is still no trade. And then you had this bullish candle, which